What's up YouTube? We're bringing you the 72nd Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Thank you all for supporting Repel Games. And I'm up against Joshy, my fellow longtime viewer and fellow Poketuber as well. I fought Joshy once, and that was back in like June, July of last year. You know, since the debut of my channel, and Joshy has decided to challenge me yet again. And of course, I would say yes. He's my longtime fan. I would not ever deny him, reject him. So, I'm bringing the Goodra, the Darmanitan, the Venusaur, the Landorus, the Crawdaunt, and Chansey. My opponent Joshy is bringing the Politoed, Drapion, Scizor, Donphan, Ferrothorn, and Manectric. It's pretty sweet. I got a few Pokemon that I totally dig. I mean, I have myself a Politoed, I have myself a Drapion, I have myself a Donphan, and I have myself a Ferrothorn. But I don't want to waste your time anymore. Let's get right into it, right? Thank you all for staying by and watching Repel Games. It means a huge deal to me. So Josh is going to lead off with the Ferrothorn. He's going to set up the rocks, but instead of leading with the very obvious Darmanitan, I'm going to lead off with the Goodra, because my Goodra also knows Fire Blast. But Josh knows better than that. He's going to scout what I'm going to do. And I'm kind of glad I didn't bring the Darmanitan. Had I brought out the Darmanitan, I would have locked myself into whatever he's going to protect. So, good thing I didn't do anything. Now, I know for a fact Politoed is going to come out, set up the rain, and eat up a Fire Blast. So instead of using a Fire Blast, I'm actually going to go for the T-Bolt. That's why I love Goodra. He has such an amazing spread, and that's actually going to be a really nice 2-hit KO. But I also know that going for another Thunderbolt is way too obvious. He's going to switch out into either Donphan or simply, well, Manectric. But it turns out he does neither. Really surprising, because Manectric could have gotten that Lightning Rod, but instead I just went for the Dragon Pulse. A little bit over prediction, but it's always good to over predict, right? Now, I know Fire Blast can't kill in the rain, but at least, you know, it's going to do a little bit. I know for he's going to go for Stealth Rock, because there's no point for me to switch out. I don't have a Spinner or Defogger in this team, and it's going to be a huge deal since my opponent, Josh, has landed rocks really early. While I haven't landed anything, to be frank. I'm not going to go for another Thunderbolt. My opponent thought maybe I would have over-predicted and, you know, used Thunderbolt against the Politoed again, but no, I'm just going to go for Fire Blast. I do get that nice burn. Not that it really matters. He's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, but I am Assault Vested. I'll eat it up really darn well. And I'm just going to finish off this Manectric with a Dragon Pulse. So, there you have it. Pretty fast, pretty swift. Manectric going down. So far, so good. Goodra hasn't done too much, but, you know, finish off that Manectric. Keep in mind though, I don't have rocks up on my opponent's side of the field. I only have rocks on my side, so I'm still kind of in a disadvantage. Send out the Diabetes now because the knockoff is very obvious. If I see a Drapion, I just know for a fact that knockoff is coming. Luckily, I am a Megazard. I mean, not Megazard, Megasaur, Mega Venusaur, and, you know, nothing gets knocked out. And I'm just going to go for that Mega Evolution. Now, I know that Ferrothorn might come out, so instead of going for Leech Seed or Sleep Powder, which I always do with Diabetes, I'm going to go for the Giga Drain just to see how much I can do with Ferrothorn, and it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, this Ferrothorn can't really do too much to me, too. He can go for a Gyro Ball, but actually, Gyro Ball probably won't do too much, and knowing him, he probably only has limited amounts of Gyro Ball, so I'm just like, well, you know what, it's actually better for me to just switch out to Landorus, drop his attack, even though Venusaur can take it, but, you know, I do want to set up my rocks really fast. You know, I don't have a Defogger, I don't have a Spinner, but at least I want to set up my rocks, right? So it'll kind of, you know, even things out, even though I am in the lead right now at 6-5, but still, I want my rocks up. But my opponent knows better than that. You know, my opponent knows way better than that. He's going to go into Donphan. Now, it's a great switch there, because Donphan will pretty much just Rapid Spin the next turn. Or he can play mind games with me and go for an Ice Shard. A +4 Ice Shard is going to do quite a lot to Landorus. So expecting the Ice Shard, well, I'm not even expecting, I'm just really fearing that he might go for Ice Shard. I don't even go for a U-turn, I'm just going to do a hard switch. And I'm going to go to Crawdaunt now. If he wants to go for Rapid Spin, fine. If he wants to go for Ice Shard, even better. Neither of those attacks are going to do too much. And, pretty much I can scare out this Donphan, and turns out he's going to go for Rapid Spin. I really wish he went for Ice Shard, but it's all good. He's gonna switch out. He doesn't get hit by Crab Hammer or even Knockoff, but I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm gonna go for a D-Dance. Oh, very obvious D-Dance. Here I go. +1 attack, +1 speed for Daunt. And yes, it is enough. I have superpower, but I don't want to even go for superpower because it'll drop my stats, so I'm gonna go for knockoff. Now I know that he doesn't even have leftovers. He's probably having the Rocky helmet, but honestly, I have no choice. You know, I danced. I gotta fucking stay in. And here comes the Drapion. Really surprising, not really sure what this Drapion can really do. I mean, I suppose Poison Jab might actually kill me, but I do outspeed it, and a Crab Hammer will finish it off. Not even a crit. Pretty darn sweet. Sometimes I totally underestimate Crawdaunt. My Crawdaunt is not even carrying the Life Orb, and it's doing quite a lot of damage. Now, Scizor can actually go for a U-turn or a Bug Bite or Superpower, and that will completely obliterate me. So I thought, you know what, I just kind of have to stay in. Hopefully I can get a critical. I do have speed on, but turns out, to my surprise, he goes for a Bullet Punch. It's not going to do enough to finish me off. I went for a Crab Hammer, +1 Crab Hammer, and it's actually not enough. I don't get a crit, unfortunately. And I have to switch out. I don't want to get hit by another Bullet Punch. Another Bullet Punch might just kill me. So I'm just like, okay, let's bring out the Landorus, drop his attack. You know, I have several things I can, you know, send out to eat up a Bullet Punch, such as Diabetes and whatnot, but I thought Landorus was a good choice too. And now, I thought, well, I could actually set up Rocks, or I can just go for an Earthquake, whichever, you know. My opponent decides to switch out. He wants to preserve his Scizor. So I'm thinking, this Scizor actually might have Roost, if he's going to preserve it like that. He's going to go back to the Donphan. It's a great move. I just went for Earthquake because I really want to get rid of that Scizor. But, you know, it does a pretty darn good amount to Donphan. Donphan is pretty damn beefy and defensive, but still, I'm not invested in any attack, and that still did quite a lot. I'm switching out. Again, I don't want to go for U-turn, expecting the Ice Shard. I have to go out into Diabetes now. Yes, Diabetes is weak to ice, but he has thick fat, guys. Thick fat. He's not going to care about a little speck of ice. It's like a little ice cube just chucked at Diabetes. Diabetes is so damn hungry, he'll just eat it. And I just decided I could do two things. I can go for a Synthesis to heal, or I can go for Sleep Powder. Luckily, my Sleep Powder landed. That's pretty darn sweet. Scizor is pretty much the only thing that might possibly kill Diabetes, since obviously my opponent has the Donphan and the Politoed left, which are both very weak to Venusaur. Obviously, I know my Giga Drain can't do anything. He does resist Giga Drain 4 fucking times, guys. So honestly, I think it's better for me to just go for Leech Seed. Not to mention, it kind of heals me up a little bit. And here, I just went for a Synthesis, you know, whatever, in case he wakes up and completely destroys me with, like, his most powerful attack, like a Bug Bite or something. But he wakes up, and nope, he doesn't go for attack, like I feared. He has Roost. And that's all good and all. It does prolong this battle a little bit longer, but keep in mind, you know, I still got Leech Seed up, and I don't think it's wise for my opponent to switch out, because, like I mentioned, he has that Water-type Politoed and that Ground-type Donphan, which will not appreciate Venusaur's attack. So I'm just like, alright, that's fine, man. You can stay and you can keep roosting, but, you know, you're not switching out. I'm not breaking Sleep Claws, so I'm just landing my Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. That's pretty fortunate of me, right? Sometimes I never land my Leech Seed and I land Sleep Powder. Obviously, Giga Drain did nothing. Look at that. Look at that. Holy fucking shit. But that's my only attack that can hit this Scizor, so I have no choice. No fucking choice. I can't believe that Venusaur is actually, you know, slowly killing the Scizor. Never expected that, just because Scizor is 4 times resistant to Grass type, but lo and behold, it's fucking working. Love you, Diabetes. You're fucking fat and overweight and very unhealthy, but when it comes to Pokemon battling, you fucking rock. So it finally goes down to Scizor, and my opponent sends out the Politoed first. That's actually pretty smart, because with Rain, obviously I can't heal as much with Synthesis, but he does go for that Protect, and that's good and all. That'll just kind of, you know, waste 1 turn of Rain. That's good for me, right? And I do outspeed him, of course I do, and that'll take care of Politoed. Bye-bye, Politoed, and I grab, well, I don't grab any HP. But here comes the Donphan now. I do outspeed. If I outspeed Politoed, I outspeed Donphan for sure. My opponent knows that. He has no choice but to go for the Ice Shard. It's very respectful, very admirable. Give a huge thumbs up to my opponent for sticking to the very bitter end like that. And my Giga Drain is not going to finish off this Donphan. And the opponent's Donphan will go for another Ice Shard, but I do finish it off with the second Giga Drain. And that will be the end of this match. So thank you, Joshi. It was a really amazing team, lovely team. Totally dig that Politoed, guys. So give a huge thumbs up to Joshi, not for me, but for him. If you guys like this battle, well, stay tuned for more, right? And always, please comment and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.